A communications disruption can mean only one thing. Lone Star. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Today we're going to panic about the new raid coming out on the week I'm on vacation, which is next week on July 2nd. It's a crazy thing. We're going to talk about it in just a minute. First I'm going to say thanks to all my patrons. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your support, guys. I really couldn't do this without you, and you truly have my gratitude. You're amazing. And if you want to support this channel for free, folks, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment, mount the algorithm. If you would, please. Kindly mount the algorithm. Now, let's talk about this, folks. So, the Naboo raid has been announced. And Meatface certainly dramatized it a little bit, which is actually, it's fine, it's cool. The big thing is we did some math, by which I just typed it into Google. This July 2nd release date is a full month before we expected it. For the most part, everyone, quote unquote everyone, was predicting somewhere closer to a full 9 months, and you know, I guess we just don't give CG credit for getting things done ahead of time, which I guess they did. So it's hard for me to feel that happy about this, to be honest, but it is what it is. It's fine. We have the new raid coming on July 2nd. It is less than 8 months. CG said that their release cadence was going to be somewhere between 8 to 9 months. This isn't that far off of that, but it's a little tiny bit of a lie. We can get mad at them for that, right? Let's just kind of focus on the situation at hand, though. We can always find reasons to be mad at CG. That's just not difficult. So, should we panic? Of course we should, but also maybe I'll just make a list of 5 things to keep in mind here, just so we can focus on tackling the matter at hand. First off, mind your farms. If CG is trying to surprise us, which, I mean, CG does this all the time. They're constantly messing with time frames to make us not know what to expect, and that kind of, I mean, I think for me at least, and I think a lot of people, it kind of sparks this, oh no, we don't know when they're going to release this character. I should just spend some money to make sure I'm there, or I'll spend extra crystals, or I'll do something that I would normally do just to make sure I have everything ready in time. And you know, they do a good job of keeping us guessing. For whether it's a good thing that they do that or not is another matter, but they do a good job of it. And so they told us we were going to have 3 months until Jar Jar was released again. And his event was, his unlock event was on May the 2nd, which means we may have less than a month until his event comes around again. Who really knows if CG's going to do a soft lie to us about when the Endor raid, or when the Naboo raid was going to be released. Then they could do a soft lie about when Jar Jar is going to be here. So make sure your farms are in order, folks. For instance, I looked at my phalanx on my middle account, and I'm way behind. I think we had some kind of miscommunication mishap, and we just didn't farm it for like 3 or 4 days, or 5, maybe just like a week. I know that I caught it a couple times, but I gotta catch up. I gotta, make sure your farming is in order, because it's not gonna be a forgiving schedule. CG wants you to have to spend your crystals on this instead of just farming it with energy. Number 2, don't blow your horde yet. I know a lot of people have been saving their gear. They've been saving their stuff, all of their relic materials, and man, first off, I hate hoarding. I hate it the most. I know that people call it Galaxy of Hoarding. That's not it for me. I can't hoard. I just can't. It just drives me too crazy. The most I can do is like a month, and even then I'm still working on characters that I'm kind of just not supposed to. Or like, for instance, you could see my just recent, you could see the screenshot of my Gungans there, Boss Nass is Relic 8, because I know he's going to be Relic 8 eventually, and I wanted to spend those materials, because I just want to spend my stuff. This is a game, it drives me crazy to hoard. However, I know a lot of people are hoarding, and that's fine, that's actually smart, on some levels at least, as long as your mental health is going to be okay, but you don't want to spend it yet, guys, because we don't know what's good. We don't know what's good in the raid, and we won't know just by reading the stuff. You can watch all the content creators, and maybe they'll end up being accurate, but I would say half the time they're going to be wrong about something. I'm wrong about things less than half the time, obviously. So obvious, but we just don't know. I'm right about this because I've tried to predict what things will do just based off of looking at kits, based off of looking at things that CG has supplied, and it's nice to have that information. It's nice to speculate. We can get a better grasp of what things are going to be good, such as we think Luminara is going to be good, but we don't know how good she will be in this raid specifically. But we don't know for sure that she's going to be amazing. We just don't know. None of us know. It's a really tricky thing, and so they're going to release the new Omicron for whichever stupid Gungan doesn't have one right now. They're going to have the raid one. We're not going to know if it's good or not. Don't go just immediately just snap spending that thing. You don't know. I mean, do what you want, obviously, but spending all of your hoard in a panic is not going to be good. And honestly, your guild will thank you. They'll forgive you. They'll say, oh, hey, you saved your gear until you knew it was good, and then you worked on the characters that ended up being good and the teams that were good, and you didn't just wait until like, oh shoot, I'm sorry guys, I made all the wrong characters good, and then later discovered that you had to work on like 7 other characters that actually were the real power behind it. Just wait, guys. Be patient. I mean, that's basically all my videos. Like, just be patient. It's the dumbest thing, because I don't like to be patient. Like I just told you, I don't like to hoard. Now, if you really have to get some work done on characters, you're just chomping at the bit. You're a literal horse, and you have a bit that you're chomping on. You can work on, find which teams you think are probable to be good. I haven't even released anything yet because I have no idea, man. I mean, I think the best guesses are going to be the dark side. We have 8 dark side characters. Most of them need at least Relic 7 anyways for various requirement purposes. You can work on them. Anyways, even out your gear. Like what my middle account, my smallest account has a bunch of characters, a bunch of these droids at Relic 4. I can get them up to 5 because, they're going to be worthless at 4. Like, I'll just have to have the whole team go down to the Relic 3 level. May as well get them to Relic 5, right? And then getting them to Relic 6 doesn't make sense. If most of them are Relic 7, maybe a couple of them, you just boost up to 7, etc. based on what tier you think you're going to want to compete with that team. And, of course, you're gambling a little bit, but that's okay. You can gamble. You're allowed to. I give you my blessing. Now, if you spend, and this is not me telling you guys to spend, it really isn't. I'm probably going to buy this for my smallest account, to be honest. If you are super panicky and you don't even have one team available to help you in this raid, and you're like, my gosh, I'm filled with an overwhelming patriotic fervor to make my guild succeed. I will force them, I will drag them across the finish line with nothing but my zeal, then congratulations for talking like a weirdo. But also, this Lightspeed bundle, which we have about 4 more days left of, doesn't look too bad. I know it's $20 and you're getting some garbage characters. At least they've been bad since they were released and have not really improved with age, with the exception of Qui-Gon, who's been good for a long time, and he's a requirement character anyways, and Plo Koon, who always makes it to my Relic 8 lists that I release because he is secretly amazing for a lot of different reasons. The other ones don't look too great, but Luminara does look like she's going to be good in this raid. Kit Fisto does have a Rise of the Empire mission in Phase 1 if you care to pursue that. And Eth Koth has the best leadership in the game. Go read it, guys. It's amazing. I'm waiting for him to get a Zeta on it. One day, it's gonna be amazing. So really good. Maybe not really. It's one of it. It's not flashy, guys. I know that there's like blue light on the graphic for it. That doesn't make it flashy. It's honestly, but it's going to give accounts that are smaller. Instantly, you'll have a team available to do stuff, and Luminara will be able to do some cool stuff with them. And guys, this is what it's a lot of materials. It's what, 640 bronzium just on its own, 640 bronzium materials for relics, which is amazing. Like, all of those relic levels you don't have to buy signal data for, you don't have to get bronzium for. That's not bad. And especially if they're characters you're going to need for the raid anyways, for 20 bucks, you could do a lot worse. Now, finally, be patient. I've said this a million times. Keep your Omicrons on you. Like, try to hoard 4 of them if you can, because Jar Jar kind of wants all 3 of them in GAC. And Boss Nass might want his in Territory Wars. I kind of think he doesn't, but maybe he does. You might also want one for Qui-Gon. You might want, eventually, it may be worthwhile to put one on the stupid Gungan for the raid. I didn't put one on Scout Trooper for the Endo raid, but I did place one on Boosh for the Crate Dragon raid. So it's up in the air. Do we really want those Omicrons? Time will tell, but it's good to save them if you can. I know I'm preaching hoarding, and I don't like to hoard. Omicrons are one thing I do, in fact, hoard if I can, because you never know when you're going to need to use all of them at once instantaneously. So the other thing to really keep in mind, folks, CG is good at creating panic. Like I've said before, they want you to hustle. They want you to hurry. You want to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss out. That FOMO, fear of missing out, is such a strong thing sometimes, and they've timed it so perfectly to release this raid right as we're finishing our farms. And then they've also released that event for Padawan, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon, the Duel of Fates, that somehow happens in the stupid hangar bay. Like, it's one of the most lame backgrounds ever. Like, they need to change the art. I'm not an art critic. Even in this game, I'm like, I just don't care. But that's it makes the fight so uniconic. It's like, okay, thank you, CG. Thank you for your input. Now, kindly shut something. So, anyways, they're making us all like, oh my gosh, I have to get Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon ready. I have to hurry up and find, like, maybe I'll spend crystals to get them there in shipments. Yes, let's hustle and get them. Guys, just be patient. Just wait. Just hold the course. They're going to be farmable soon. Less than a month, they'll both be farmable. You can spend all your energy to farm them. Until then, spend your resources on Gungans. They're a great resource anyways. They're a great investment. You should be working on them. And that's basically it, folks. Don't not be patient. Just knock it out, guys. Be patient. Do the stuff I've said. Read the comments. Comment in the comment area. Mount the algorithm. You know, that's number 6, I would say, would be mount the algorithm. So, that being said, folks, what do you think about this? Do you think it's worthy of panic? Do you think that there are other things to take in consideration? I would love to hear you guys in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.